Okay, so Boruto Chapter 5, 2 Blue Vortex just released, and we got some really cool information. We got new villains, we got new motives and everything. We're about to break everything down, but before we do that, if you guys like more videos like this, do me a huge favor, drop a sub, like, comment, and let me know what you guys expect to see in these upcoming chapters, and let's jump straight into it. So the chapter actually opens up with Boruto and Sasuke. During the time skip, we get to see a little bit of their dynamic. We get to see that Sasuke taught Boruto all of his moves. This probably includes a bunch of jutsu as well, in which Boruto thinks he's joking, but Sasuke's like, do I look like I'm joking? And he again calls him a fast learner, calls him a genius. This has been a trend that we've kind of seen throughout the anime. Boruto being referred to as a genius multiple times, you know, learning the Shadow Clone at a very young age, learning how to do the Rasengan at a very young age like his father, and learning multiple different variations of the Rasengan at such a young age. It's obviously very clear that his path of acceleration and learning is much more advanced in comparison to his father. And you know, he was able to add a chakra nature to his Rasengan, which Kakashi was unable to do, which obviously would have given Kakashi a vanishing Rasengan as well, because what happens when you mix the Rasengan with the lightning chakra nature, which Naruto was able to do, but he was a little bit older and was able to do it with guidance and a lot of training, whereas Boruto literally did it by accident. And obviously here we can see that this is again reiterated by the fact that he's able to learn pretty much all of Sasuke's moves, all of Sasuke's jutsu that likely does not require the Rinnegan to accomplish. So I think it's pretty safe to assume that every ability that Sasuke has that is not explicitly a Rinnegan ability or a Kekkei ability from the Sharingan like the Amaterasu, it's likely pretty safe to assume that Boruto has access to those abilities as well. We also get to see how Sasuke got converted into a divine tree. It actually appears that during the time skip, Code and his Clog Rhymes, which again are his 10-tailed soldiers, actually did catch Boruto and Sasuke off guard, and Sasuke kind of sacrificed himself to let Boruto get away. And it seems like whenever they can buy a Clog Rhyme, they get converted into a divine tree. And then we look into the village where we see Mogi, I believe that's her name. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, by the way. But we get to see that she got turned into a divine tree as well. And it appears that those Clog Rhymes that we saw in the last couple of chapters, the specialized ones, actually are created whenever they consume or whenever they bite a human being. It seems like they gather their characteristics. It seems like they get some of their emotions as well, because it becomes clear once they're talking to each other that they're evolving and they're getting their own emotions. And we actually get to see the names of some of these specialized Clog Rhymes as well as their motives. The one that consumed Mogi, his name is Matsuri. Obviously you see a resemblance in terms of appearance. We get to see the one that consumed Bug as well. He wants to consume Ida. And obviously we get to see that these specialized Clog Rhymes get names. The one that consumed Mogi, his name is Matsuri. And it seems like each of these specialized Clog Rhymes wants to consume someone who was close to the person that they already consumed. For example, Konohamaru was a classmate of Mogi, so she now wants to consume Konohamaru. The one that consumed Bug wants to now consume Ida as well. What seems to be the main one's name is Judah. He wants to consume Naruto. And the one that consumed Sasuke, his name is Hidari, and he wants to consume Sarada as well. And it's very, very likely that these Clog Rhymes also inherited some of the abilities of their users as well and some of the powers. So it's very likely that these Clog Rhymes are not only powerful because they come from the 10 tails, but also because they inherited some of the powers and abilities of the people that they ate. And then we transition over to Mado talking with Sumire, and it looks like he's actually figuring out that his memories were altered as well, because he's able to analyze the handiwork on Kawaki's arm, and he realizes that it couldn't be Boruto the one who he reinstated the karma in, because he's able to recognize his own handiwork, and he recognizes the fact that it's actually in Kawaki, which means that he basically is able to pick apart the fact that his memories were swapped. And Sumire, who we know her and Sarada, obviously their memories did not get altered as they weren't impacted by Ida's abilities. She later discusses this with Sarada within the village, and Boruto makes a little surprise appearance towards the end of the chapter. And that's pretty much all we get this chapter. Again, absolutely insane chapter. We get a bunch of new characters, we get a bunch of new motives. So far everything seems to make sense. We get to see a little piece of what happened during the time skip. What I do want to see a little bit more of is exactly where Kashin Koji plays into this, but I think this is going to be one of those things where over a period of time, we're going to see little bits and pieces of what Boruto experienced during the time skip. We're going to see what kind of training he has under his belt. And yeah, absolutely a crazy chapter. Pretty curious to see what direction they take with this. It's obviously clear that these are the new main villains, and the fact that one of them wants to consume Naruto. Obviously, we know Naruto was sealed by Kawaki, so I think that there might be some sort of independent infiltration of the village outside of Code's power, and it's actually likely that these claw grimes are actually significantly more powerful than even Boruto currently. You know, last chapter we saw Boruto and Code immediately try to escape and not even confront these claw grimes, kind of implying that if Code without his limiters is already on par with Jougan, that means that almost all of these claw grimes, essentially the specialized ones, are likely on that level or above that level as well, which is pretty crazy to think, especially given the fact that likely the claw grimes by themselves, even the unspecialized ones, are already pretty powerful, given the fact that they're made up of the 10 tails, and that one of them was able to eventually take down Sasuke is pretty crazy to think. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the chapter down below. What do you guys expect for these next upcoming chapters? I'm gonna make a video talking about exactly how powerful is Boruto now after the time skip. I'm gonna power skill him and everything. I'm gonna show you exactly how powerful he is, as well as break down exactly what his new Rasengan is. And if you guys like more videos like this,